Where's your devotion? Where's your devotion?
Hi Scorpio, welcome to Maddie Tarot. I'm Maddie, and today we're going to be doing a general reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements for December 1st through 15th, 2022. So keep in mind that this is a general reading. It may not resonate for everybody from front to back. Take what resonates and leave the rest. And you may need to swap roles throughout the reading. I am just reading energy, so I am doing my best to put a story together from the messages I'm receiving. It could be talking about you, your person, another individual or party at any time throughout the reading. Swap roles as necessary, but do not overextend or stretch yourself to make it fit. If it's not your story, it's not your story. Be sure to check out the placements because your messages could be there. And I just want to say thank you so much to anybody supporting this channel. I greatly appreciate it. This is a passion of mine, and I love everybody who is coming along for the journey. So please like, comment, subscribe, leave feedback. I'm open to receiving feedback, and I do try to respond to everybody. So once again, thank you so much. All right, so Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. What does Scorpio need to know? I've already cleansed the space, cleansed the decks, pre-shuffled, and meditated on the collective conscious of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. What does Scorpio need to know? Let's see. So right off the bat, Scorpio, I just want to say while I was meditating on the collective conscious, I was getting a big message, large, I guess you could say heavy message of truth and clarity after some sort of tower moment. So that's good, Scorpio. It looks like you're coming to terms with something and you are seeing something for what it really is. Truth and clarity. So whoever that resonates for, that's a message. I just want to say congratulations. That's really good. That's all. I know how that feels. It's like a very empowering feeling when you finally have that epiphany. So card for Scorpio. Card for Scorpio. The Nine of Cups. Person on Scorpio's mind. Card for them. Person on Scorpio's mind. The Three of Coins. Past energy that led here. Past energy that led here. The Hanged Man. Present energy. Present energy. The Two of Coins. Your intuition. Scorpio's intuition. The Eight of Swords. Your challenge. Scorpio's challenge. The Three of Wands. Advice. The Wheel of Fortune. Person on Scorpio's mind. What are they thinking? How are they feeling? What are they doing? What's the next move? Person on Scorpio's mind. The Three of Cups. Bias and caution for Scorpio. Bias and caution. Bias and caution. Maybe what are you not seeing clearly? What do you need to be careful of? The Fool. And then guidance. Scorpio's guidance. The Six of Coins. At the bottom of the deck, you've got the 10 of Coins. Okay, a crystal card for Scorpio. Calcite. Calcite. All right, positioning this stone in any room or on your person clears all negative energy and washes away bad vibrations. Filled with powerful, positive energy, this stone stimulates your muscles and brain, making you feel more energetic and clear-minded. So, kind of along with what I was saying in the beginning, it's like your mind is really becoming clear at this time because there's some sort of clarity that came through. And that is really bringing this new sense of like essentially like a new energy. So you're feeling much more like able to get out of this rut you've been in and kind of push forward. And I love that. I love that for you. So let's get into this reading and see what's going on. So on your end, Scorpio, you got the Nine of Cups here. Some sort of desire, wish fulfillment, some sort of something you wanted to obtain. I'm getting the message that either you or some other, or or your person walked away, or this wasn't obtained. And none of the cards are directly saying that, but that's the message I'm getting. So let's see what this is clarified by. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody walked away. Somebody walked away. Nine of Cups. Something you would desired. You got left out in the cold, Scorpio, and that's like big. That really messed you up. I'm gonna run through all of them, and then we'll go into further detail. Okay. The person on your mind, though, if they've got Three of Coins, they weren't willing to put the effort in. They weren't willing to put that effort in. It's not that they weren't willing, it's that they couldn't. They literally, it scared them. It scared them. You scared them, Scorpio. You scared them. Not not because you're scary, but because of you're so great, and like this person, they created all their own problems. The Magician, they tried to manipulate the situation, so like you couldn't, they didn't want you to see them for who they really were, and they felt so beneath you. And like this person, it turns out that like they just ended up showing exactly who they were in that regard. In the past here, there was a lot of stagnant energy. Hanged Man, there was something that needed to be released, and it's like, Scorpio, you knew this. You knew for a while this was coming. You felt this. You felt this coming. You tried to stick around. You tried to push through, and you just kind of really, you had hope. And that's like, honestly, that's beautiful, because like if you don't ever let go of hope, because the only thing that is stronger than fear is hope. And the Six of Wands, yeah, you just wanted recognition. You just wanted to be acknowledged. The Six of Wands, you wanted your flowers. You wanted somebody to say, you know what, Scorpio, you are amazing and I love you. And like, it's like this person, maybe at certain points here and there they did, but it really, like, it left you feeling very, it left a void in you. And it's kind of like, oh gosh. But that really brought out something to make you go, wow, I'm so powerful. Why am I giving my power away to these people? But look here in the present energy, there's a choice and there's some sort of reconciliation. Your person is deciding if they want to come back or not. They're sitting on this decision at this time. But you know, Scorpio, the door is closing for you, like your door is closing for them. You've got the Eight of Swords here in your intuition. Your intuition's trying to tell you, if you haven't already got this clarity, breakthrough, and truth, your intuition's trying to tell you that you've been stuck in this mental loop, Eight of Swords, and that you need to identify the cycle and identify the pattern and eradicate it from your life. Knave of Pentacles. It's time to get out there again and go for a new opportunity. It's time to put away. Take the blindfold off, walk out of the swords, walk out of the prison, the mental entrapment that you've put yourself in. Scorpio, you can be your own worst enemy, because y'all are self-destructive sometimes. But what it is serving is your greater good, because you are transformative. You destroy yourselves and your old ways and your habits, and you see them and you go, wow, it takes a lot of humility, and it takes a really powerful and strong person to be able to look at it and look at themselves and go, wow, I really messed that one up. I could have done that one better. But then boom, y'all go and do it. Scorpio is just that. That's what you guys do. Challenge, the Three of Wands. The challenge is building the momentum. The challenge is gaining that momentum forward. So because you are, I'm getting here determined and motivated. So what is great about determination over motivation is that determination comes from within. If you're determined, you don't need a motivator. You don't need something from external motivating you to go towards something if you have determination. And the chariot here, the challenge is showing you how it's an obstacle. You're going to be victorious though. It's not going to be easy, but you're going to be victorious. There's some sort of obstacle here, and there's some sort of lesson or something to be learned in regard to this. It's a bumpy road. But in due time, your advice is allow the process to take place. The wheel of fortune. This is your fate, destiny. This is part of your path. This is part of something you needed to learn, Scorpio. And I do believe you are identifying the pattern, the cycle, and eradicating it at this time. Most of you have already done this. And it looks like this has to do with the effort you're looking for. In due time will come. The Seven of Pentacles talks of not only effort and, reaping the fruits of your labor, like reaping what you sow and getting the fruits of your labor. The Seven of Pentacles also talks about putting the work in to see the relationship thrive. And it's like the advice here is that in due time, you will see your good deeds come back to you. The scales always get balanced in life, but they may not be balanced in the same situations with the same people and the same energies, but it will be ultimately balanced. It's like it can't go unbalanced or else it would all collapse. It has to be. So you get what you give, but it just may not be from that specific situation, circumstance, person, or anything, It could be. It definitely could be. But just know that what goes around comes around. So if you've been living greatly, if you've been living good, taking care of others, being forgiving, being loving, compassionate, kind, then it does come back to you. I promise you. The person on your mind, what are they thinking? How are they feeling? What are they doing? They are really leaning on their friends at this time. They are really leaning on third parties, not necessarily romantic at all, but like work, friends, going out. And look at this, Knave of Cups. They are using people to flatter them, to feel better about themselves, because whatever happened here, they felt really, 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 really bad about themselves. But this person, I'm getting an energy of this person not being really like, they're so hurt that they're not. I feel like that was supposed to come out. Yeah, whoa, that's crazy. So I just got a message that these were supposed to be for this, and even though I was going for that, I'm pulling a clarifier for this one next. These were meant to be for here. So the Knave of Cups, the Knave of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. This person, exactly what I was saying, this person has become so hurt by how they've behaved that because of their avoidance, and they have largely avoided even addressing this with you, that they walked away to go and they needed external validation. They needed to fill that void. And it's like, it's not necessarily that this person is going out and sleeping with people. I'm actually getting a message that they are not very, they don't desire any of that at this time. It's just literally, how do you say it? It's like literally like mild flirting, because they need the external validation and they need to feel good about themselves. So they're trying to distract themselves because they're really down on themselves after what happened here. They're like largely regretful and feeling very ashamed. Your bias here is the bias and caution, the Fool, new beginning. Don't get jaded, Scorpio. Don't be jaded. Don't let the idea of a new beginning stress you out, make you feel burdened, like it's not worth it. That's your bias. Your bias is telling you don't be jaded. Don't be jaded. Don't let this situation burn you out. And your guidance here is Six of Coins. Continue to give that loving kindness that you give, and that Scorpio, you really, really, really go all in when you find somebody you mess with like that you really love like that. You go all in, you give your best to them, and it looks like that this person didn't know what to do with that. They took advantage of it. They took it for granted. They're going to miss it. No matter what they said, no matter what happened, trust me, Scorpio, they are going to miss it because nobody does it quite like you. And your guidance here is to don't stop doing it. Don't stop doing it like you do. Ace of Pentacles. There will be new opportunities and a lot of abundance here, not only in the heart space, but in the physical realm too. And the King of Swords here. There's that truth and that logic. And the Ten of Coins. You've had some sort of truth come to your logical mind, conscious mind, where you're cognizant of it now. In regard to your roots and foundation, really your patterns and where this really shook you to the core. So you are rerouting at this time, and you're really, you were in a lot of heavy heart energy, and now you're coming to this logic and reasoning and energy of it all, being able to transcend that pain that had happened. So, okay, let's go into further detail here. Okay, Scorpio. Nine of Cups. You really desired this. But this person left you out in the cold. They were hurt. And hurt people hurt people. That's that cliche saying. They didn't show up on their part. They didn't put they created a mess, and they didn't create what you needed. Was effort from them, was their collaboration, their teamwork, and they manipulated this. They manipulated it because they were so ashamed of how they continually didn't show up, and it's like they cared, but they just didn't have the capacity to do it. The emotional capacity, they did not have it. And I'm getting a message here that this person continually told you things like, I'm busy, or I just can't at this time. I feel I don't know what to say, or I feel numb, or I feel lost, or I'm not sure. Like just a lot of just like inauthenticity, and just like speak on your feelings. That's what like I'm getting here. You telling them like, why won't you tell me like what's actually going on? I know there's something going on. Like just speak your feelings. In the past energy here, there was stagnation, and this had to do with you just wanted to be heard, seen. You just wanted to be recognized for your efforts. You just wanted this person to stop and look at you. But they didn't. So you, and look, this sun and moon is hugging up here. I'm getting here that this was a fire sign. If not a fire sign, they were, I'm getting here Virgo, Sagittarius, Aquarius. But not necessarily. It doesn't have to be. But yeah, you just kind of, you wanted that recognition. The Four Wands here is somebody, your person on your mind is sitting on this choice, this decision. They're juggling something. That not only are they juggling work life, they're juggling friendships, they're juggling different, very innocent type like situationships where they just kind of like get the validation they need. I'm not seeing anything physical here. But they're because they're literally like they're thinking heavily of like having a reconciliation with you, some sort of reunion where they apologize and tell you what's going on finally, and that overwhelms the crap out of them. So they're just like busy. Keep this energy. See how the wavy water in the background? It's like this is very chaotic, and they can't keep the juggling act up for long. And your intuition's telling you that you were stuck in a cycle, and you needed to identify it in order to move toward something that was obtainable, something that gave you hope, something obtainable. This person was unavailable emotionally, so you could not physically obtain that. with them. They weren't willing to take that journey with you. The challenge here is like, this is a bumpy road but you know the way. And the Three of Wands says momentum. The challenge is just allow the momentum to build, Scorpio. You can't put a mountain of things in front of you and say, I have to climb this mountain, because guess what? You're not gonna. It's too big. It hurts that way. It's like, and so like you have to begrudgingly start at the foot of the mountain, but you don't need to do that. Whenever you're feeling down, you don't need to put the mountain in front of you. You just need to get back to that moment where you felt inspired and great. And you know what? I bet if you think about it, that was within the past few days. There's a moment somewhere in the past few days that you felt pretty good. Maybe you had some inspiration, you were laughing, somebody. You just got to get back to that feeling. So next time you're in a moment of you get inspiration or some sort of ambition, you really, really check in with your body. What's going on in your body? What are you feeling? What stimulus is causing this? What energy are you in? And when you can identify that, the next time you get down, just remember, you don't need to put the mountain that you have to climb right in front of you. You can just refer back to that moment that just happened, maybe yesterday, maybe 2 days ago. And that seems so much easier to get to, doesn't it? And when you can get there, that's where momentum starts to build. Get to that in inspiration. If you then think of your desires, think of your manifestations in the energy of inspiration, where you're feeling good, momentum gains rapidly from that point. Your advice here: in due time, you will see the plants of your garden growing again, sprouting again. You got to stop walking through the garden, though. Stop going and checking on it. You trompsing all over the garden, and it's like it'll never grow that way. You planted the seeds. Just wait. Just wait, Scorpio. Your person, who's on your mind, what they're thinking, what they're feeling, and what they're doing. They are involved in third parties. Again, does not mean romantic or anything. What I'm getting here is that they're a workaholic. Also, they don't know how to manage their time very well. Also, they're really trying to distract themselves. They got the Knave of Swords here. They're very avoidant right now. They're very naive in love, Knave of Cups, and they are running away from love, Eight of Cups, because it scares them, and they are trying to do everything to distract and keep their mind busy so they don't have to look back and see all the shameful things they did and how they largely took advantage of one of the best things that may have ever came in their lives. This person didn't know what to do with that. Your bias here is the Fool and the Ten of Wands. Do not let the idea of a new beginning or taking leap of faith, don't be burnt out, because I know you took a leap of faith here and you got burnt out, but that's your bias, is that you can't take that as meaning, oh, that's going to happen every time and I'm done, because it won't. You've got a lot of opportunity coming to you if you continue to give, because you're going to get what you give, Scorpio, okay? So don't let this change you in that way. You've got some sort of logic and reasoning that has come in and allowed you to restabilize yourself and ground yourself in order to continue forward. And so I love that for you, Scorpio. And let's get some inner guidance messages for Scorpio. Inner guidance messages for Scorpio. Let's see. Have a good time. Good times are coming. Good times are coming back. I know you've been down and out lately, so good times are on their way. December's a great month for you. What's under that? Go deeper if you haven't found the answer yet. You're almost there. What's under that? What's underneath it? What's under the surface there? Gratitude. Find gratitude for what you've been through. Find the silver lining. Find the silver lining. Extract the lesson. The past is gone. It ain't never coming back. The only time is now. When it was the past, It was now. When it was now. When it is now. Right now, it's now. And when it is the future. When the future comes, it will be now. We're on an eternal, everlasting plane of existence in the now. Be firmer. Be firmer. You know, setting boundaries is important. I'm thinking that that's one of the things here that got you into the mess, is that you didn't set the proper boundaries. And let the story go. Let go of the story. So this is great, actually, I want to say. How do you let go of the story? Well, you depersonalize the context. So you take out all personalization. You, me, them, him, her, names. Take out all personalization. So, an example, he yelled at me, she yelled at me. There was a verbal altercation. That's how you depersonalize the context. So, depersonalize the context of the story. And then you want to identify the emotions that you assigned, the feelings you assigned to things. So, he yelled at me becomes, there was a verbal altercation. And then you would say, when there was a verbal altercation, I felt, or the story I told myself was, and then you say that they didn't care about me, they devalued me, all however you felt. And then you want to find objective truths. So objective truths would be like, this person, you know, my value my value is intrinsic, and it does not depend on somebody else's ability to recognize the what I can bring to their life, and what, you know, my goodness is eternal within me, internal within me. Or another objective truth would be that, you know, somebody's fears and insecurities overpowers their desire, and then their inability to commit. That's them. People's behavior is about them. It's not about me. So let the story go. Don't personalize it and make it something you attack yourself with, because then you just stay stuck in that cycle. And you know, that's the overall tone of this message, is that you gotta break this cycle, Scorpio. So that is all I have for you today. I really hope it helped. Thank you so much.
Feel like we've reached a crossroads. Ooh, don't you hate them ultimatums? But we need a revelation to save us. Stuck in the moment, it seems. The more I think, the more I don't know. I'm looking for a sign. Where's your devotion?